rolling. King Gas Sheffield TV in association with Macklin Marbell. We're in Sheffield here, Unbreakable press conference, March 28th. What you lost?
Nothing, I'm okay. Keep going, keep going.
Adam Etches on the bill.
Yep.
Toughest fight of his career against Sergei Klimitsky.
Yep, definitely.
Why did you pick this fight for him?
I think it's the right fight for Adam now. You know, he's come along, he's done absolutely, I think, everything perfectly. And you're never going to please everybody with opponents. You know, people say, oh, it should be this, it should be that, but I can't see anybody moaning about this opponent, Coogan, can you? No. Not really. If they do, they're not. They're just doing it for devilment, aren't they? Because, you know, he's boxed over here a good few times. He did turn Buglioni over, didn't he? Some people thought some of the fights he's lost, close fights, he won. He's just had that good result where he got disqualified. Well, he didn't get a good result. He got disqualified because tape had come off his gloves and they didn't have an ink corner. So he's come back and he's got a draw with Blackwell, which a lot of people thought he won. So, you know, he's a yard test for where Adam is in terms of middleweight division, I think, in Britain.
After 18 fights...
Did I say yard test? I meant to say yard stick. Yard stick.
You can make up your own lingo, Poxon.
It's okay.
Is it arguable that Adam should have already had a test like Klimitsky 18 fights into his career or not?
It is arguable, but do you know what gets me with this, Coogan? I'm going to say it now. Do you know, like a lot of these domestic kids who say, oh, Adam Etches, he ain't boxed this one, or he ain't boxed that one. All the kids they've boxed, when they say, well, I've boxed this kid, I've boxed that kid, they've all been offered fights with Adam Etches and not took them and not wanted to do them, sorry, Coogan. They've not wanted to take him. So all the kids they say, well, I've beat him and at least I beat this British kid, they've turned fights down with Adam. So I can only do what I can do. You know what I mean? You can only make what you can make. And when you do a lot of shows around Adam, which is what I do, you know what British domestic boxing's like. People pull out day before, don't they? And we can't really afford that to happen because it halts his progress. So we've just, in a way, and I know that I don't mean this to sound bad, but as long as he gets where he's going and he keeps improving, I'm not too bothered what anyone says, because to me, he is the most exciting middleweight in Britain. Not just young middleweight, he's the most exciting middleweight. You made that statement in the press conference, and regarding the calibre of middleweights there are in Britain, which obviously there are some very, very good ones. Yeah, very good. But at all different levels. Yeah, but in terms of excitement, I think he beats any of them. In terms of excitement, if I were going to buy a ticket to watch a middleweight box, I'd go and watch Adam. But where does he rank amongst the Saunerses, the Eubanks, the Ryders, those kind of guys, the Martin Murrays, the Macklins? Where does he rank amongst them? He's there. I mean, look, in terms of experience, your Macklins and people like that, they're more experienced, aren't they? But they're perhaps coming to the latter end. But Adam is bang in middle of it. But there's people that made me laugh. That Nick Blackwell after that Channel 5 show. Yeah, I looked at Etches and Poxon and they didn't want to know when I took. Honestly, the reason me and Adam didn't look very happy is because Scott had just got beat, so we were both we didn't even want to do it, you know what I mean? We just wanted to leave, we were absolutely gutted. So, but people like that, it's like Adam's a payday from a much smaller scale, you know what I mean? Because you've got a kid who's going to sell 80, 100 grand worth of tickets, and their best payday is probably 5 or 10 grand, and they want it to be more, so it's got to be Adam. But, if they go and get themselves ranked somewhere, so a fight with Adam can be for something, then, I'll talk to anybody about any fight, but let it be for something. Don't just let it be for what I've worked and Adam's worked to get. Like Adam now, I think he's number 12, I think, or 11 with IBF. After this fight, he'll probably go I don't know, he'll go top 10, probably number 8. But where are these other kids? Go and get something that we can fight for, or get yourself ranked like Adam and we can do it for a final eliminator for something. Go and do it. Don't just try and jump on at last minute of what we've done. 18 fights in this year, we will see what Adam Etches is really made of, because you're in a position where he's going to have these big fights this year, and we're at the start of January now, so we'll know by this time next year. We'll know exactly what we've got, but I believe I already know what we've got is the most exciting. Like I said, I've always said, out of all the young kids, or the kids coming through, Ryder, Eubank, out of the younger kids, he's the most exciting one. But who's more exciting than him, younger or older? Tell me, Coogan. Okay. Excitement-wise in Britain, who's more exciting at middleweight? Right. Adam just has one thing on his mind, and he'll say it: I'll box anyone, Rich, and my only intention is to knock him sport out in front of everybody. and that's it. And you know, people, that makes me laugh. Sometimes people go on forums like, oh yeah, he's scared of this, he's scared of that. Adam were like, I think he once did something with James, didn't he, at that nightclub he worked. That were I wouldn't walk past that place when it were closed. It was one of the most violent places you could go. He's been, people pull guns on him, knives on him, and so if that doesn't really bother him, and he carried on happily working there for 40 or 50 quid a night or what it were, I don't think boxing people for purses it's not going to keep him up at night, is it?
Well, listen, March 28th we'll see a little bit more into, you know, what you're saying. So.
I mean, listen, I've already spoke to one of the promoters in America about later on, you know, doing something. I mean, Jermaine Taylor's got problems, hasn't he? But you look at that IBF top 15, and it's probably the hardest division out of all governing bodies. Middleweight, sorry, cool. You know what I mean? If you look at all, there's no one there where you go, yeah, that's a fight, well, they're all tough. So you know, he's just got to keep improving and keep learning, and we're just going to go for it. You know, and if we trip up and we don't quite get there, then we'll do it with all these kids, you know. But we're not going to hang around or wait or give somebody a payday when they're not bringing anything to the table, you know. And I've said, I mean, Eddie mentioned the other week about Ryder later, and I went, yeah. I went, go and get him ranked somewhere, and so it can be for something. We can do it for an eliminator or do it for this and that. I went, we'll do it, but don't jump on at last minute. And this is anybody and think, well, Adam's really ranked well with IBF. He's going to sell for a complete fight out and put a load of money in, and we'll try and nick his ranking at last minute. We've worked too hard, as you know. Well, you were there, weren't you, at first shows? We've worked too hard, Coogan, over the last 3 years to keep going and keep doing where we do. But I mean, like you said, this year will be big for Adam. This fight, really, the result of this fight will tell us exactly where he stands, won't it? And then it goes from then. But in Sheffield, it's exciting times, isn't it? And you think, like 3 kids in Sheffield at the moment, Kel, Adam and Barry, you know, there's been some great eras through boxing, haven't they, in Sheffield? But these 3 they can be as big as anybody.
Certainly hope so. Even though I'm not from Sheffield, I'm a supporter of Sheffield boxing.
No, but you know, like when you look like, say, Naz and Ryan Rhodes and Johnny,
it's a new era,
Errol and Ryan and or whoever. This, to me, this era is as exciting as any.
Totally agree. Richard Poxon, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV.
Thank you.
Best of luck leading up to the 28th. We've both got coats on, like.
Yeah, but I had to take mine off, and I can't feel me. I haven't felt my toes for about 45 minutes.
Freezing.
Not good. Not good.
Thanks for talking to us, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Yep, see you soon.
Nice one, mate.